What's up guys, my name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and for today's episode we are going over the Banshee figure from Hasbro's Marvel Legends X-Men 60th anniversary box set. Now I already got videos for the other two figures on my channel, so if you guys are interested in it, I will leave a link up. But the main reason that I got this whole box set was because of this Banshee figure. I know it's not the preferred Banshee for many, which is the green and yellow, but the blue and yellow actually holds a little special place in my heart because it's similar enough to the Generation X costume, which was a cool comic back in the day. But, you know, I'm excited for this figure, like really excited. Spoiler alert, guys, I think it's kind of cool. But before we get into it and all of that, let's just give him a quick height measurement, and he stands right underneath of 6.5 inches, which I think is a good height for him. I mean, you know, Banshee is a leader type of guy. He led Generation X, and every time when he needs to step up, he steps up. So I do like Banshee. Anyway, like I said, guys, this is going to be a quick video. Let me point that out because there is a lack of accessories. I mean, other than the hands that he comes equipped with, which is a pair of fist hands, he does have a pair of open hands. And I'm not sure if I already saw this in the Cyclops animated series 1. I'm pretty sure I did, but I might be wrong. One is slightly open, almost kind of gripping, and the other one is just full on open. There is nice sculpt, so it does look good, but its hands, whatever. The other accessory though is this yelling head, which I don't even really consider an accessory. One of his, his power, not one of his powers, because of course he flies using this power, is to scream sonic vibrations from his mouth. So he needs to yell. This is a head. This head sculpt is needed no matter what, which was baffling when they didn't include it with the Siren figure. I mean, I would rather have her with a yelling head like so, rather than a just straight up normal face, a neutral face. But I'm glad they included both with this figure, and they did such a great job. Check out those wrinkles. First, let's go through this, guys. Those nasolabial folds. He got some crow's feet on the side of his eyes. The wrinkles on his brow when he's screaming. There's some blush on his cheeks to show that he's exerting that kind of force. The teeth is painted well, the tongue is painted well, the lips got a rosy color to them. And when it comes to the hair looks like it's being pushed with the wind. So that's cool. While this hair is all combed to the side, and it's more of the giant size X-Men style with the mutton chops, while this one is more of a modern style. And I'm not sure what's going on with the hair itself, but they do stand out, like the hair strands and everything, but I'm not sure if it's a dry brush or a wash to achieve that effect. In any case, it does look good. And I've been saying this with the whole 3-pack in general. They've been knocking the head sculpts out of the park. This 3-pack is actually great when it comes to the head sculpts. Let's put this to the side. And you guys see, let's just show this one right here. Got a smug little smirk on him. Those eyes got a nice little green / aqua color to them. Phenomenal. I like the head sculpts, guys. So was it worth the wait? I'm not sure about that, but I'm glad that they finally did do him. They didn't skimp out or nothing on this face. This looks good. This looks really good. Now, when it comes to the body, though, it's a altered version of that Vulcan body. You know, it's basically not much different from the Gambit, except that it does have these tabs included that are not pegged, might I add. They're not pegged either on the legs. They are not removable. On the side, though, it could be removed, as you guys could see, which is a bit confusing. Like, why didn't they do that to all three? So yeah, and you guys already seen the Vulcan body. Looks good. There is no wash. There is no dry brushing to it. There is sculpt on the straps right here. Nothing to bring it out, of course. they added this collar piece as well. And it's flexible enough to get out of the way whenever you turn his head. Of course, the Vulcan body is perhaps their best body, so I'm not mad with it. I'm not mad with the head sculpt. Everything so far is good. I don't like these wings, I'll tell you that much, guys. And I don't like that it's not removable on the legs or the wrist. But everything is good so far, you know? This is only one-sided, which is why I don't like it, and the material kind of sucks. I wish this was removable because then you could like customize it better, but whatever. Anyway, let's just get into the articulation. He comes in a bowl and a hinge that allows him to look up that much. So that's all right for flying. I mean, if you use the ab and stuff like that, so that's cool. Looks down this much. There is some little tiny bit of tilt, and of course you're gonna get your rotation. When it comes to the shoulders, slightly above T-pose. And when it comes to doing a 360 with it, you're not gonna be able to because it's hindered because of these wings. So keep that in mind. Butterfly joints. Make his arm go across like that. Back quite a bit more. There is a bicep cut that works just fine. Double pinless elbows that are a little hindered as well because of the glove. There is a swivel and a hinge on the wrist. And the ab articulation, he got the ab crunch. That makes him go down a little bit. Back a bit more. And it's not much gappage, unlike the Gambit figure. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, check out that review. The waist cut is there, and you can hide it with this belt. Legs could split up like this. Kick forward a little bit, not much. Back a tad. There is a thigh cut that works. Double jointed pinless knees that get you great range. And there's a boot cut underneath that boot strap. So again, I would have preferred it on top, but what can you do? Ankles. Okay, that's the farthest up it could go. Back, it goes quite a bit more. And there is pivot. Like I said, guys, I'll tell you also that some of the black is bleeding through that red, but that seems to be a problem with all of them. Now, this Banshee, like I said, although it's not my preferred Banshee, it does have a little spot in my heart, and I am happy with what they did. But now that we went through the figure and everything, let's size him up with some other teammates of his along the years to see how that looks. For our first comparison, we're just going to put him side by side with the other figures that came in this box set. We got Psylocke right there on the right, and Gambit right there on the left, and the whole uniformed look does actually stand out on a shelf. So they look good. Let's just head into our next comparison. Alright, and for this comparison to the right, we got the Professor X from that 2-pack dealing with the X-Men movies. He does have the Patrick Stewart head, in case you guys are wondering. And to the left, we got Moira Mactaggert from the House of X line. Now, Moira has been romantically linked to both Banshee and Professor X in the comics. And although this is not the comic book Professor X, I do think he still fits in rather nicely, and he scales pretty good with Banshee. But Moira Mactaggert, though, scales a little smaller. I mean, I do not like the size difference at all. And over here, we got Banshee squared up to the last Banshee we got, except he doesn't got the wings. But guys, come on. We definitely needed this upgrade. This guy did not age well at all. So, although this is the green and yellow costume and everything like that, he will be replaced from now on with this Banshee. And over here, we got him with a couple of his giant size X-Men #1 teammates. We got Wolverine right there on the left, Nightcrawler right there next to Wolverine, and bookending everything in the right is the Colossus from the Juggernaut and Colossus 2-pack. Now, the scaling on these figures in particular, I think is wonderful. Wolverine should be the shortest, probably Nightcrawler right after him, followed by Banshee, and of course Colossus should be the tallest. So this scales wonderfully. And for our final comparison, we're going to measure him up with the rest of that giant size X-Men team. We got Sunfire right there on the left, Thunderbird right next to him, and bookending them all is Storm right there on the right. Now, I'm not mad with how Storm or Sunfire scale with him, but I do wish that Thunderbird right here was a bit taller than all of them. So in conclusion, after such a long wait between releases, is this Banshee figure any good? I don't know about it being worth the wait, but I do think that this Banshee figure is a good figure in its own right. I mean, the head sculpts are fantastic. It includes a screaming one, which is the most important one. It's on the Vulcan body, which is a very good body, and they made the proper alterations to it in order to fit Banshee a bit better. My main gripes will be with the wings, the fact that they're not detachable, and they also look pretty dang cheap. There's also no shading or wash at all in the body in order to bring any of that sculpt out. But I do enjoy it, and I needed a Banshee, and this is a pretty dang good offering for a Banshee. The box set in general I also think is pretty dang good. All the head sculpts for them are pretty fantastic. My main gripes on the whole box set would be Gambit. He was a bit of a letdown, particularly his body, not his head sculpt, but the paint applications to it too. If you guys are interested in this box set, I will leave a link down in the descriptions. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like, comment, and consider subscribing because it really does help out this channel. My name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and I'll check you guys on the next episode. Peace.